It's my personal belief that we need our associations now more than ever as a brand, as the legal issues for planning and zoning, comprehensive plans, and it's very exciting to see you all here, and it's even more exciting to introduce and install your leadership teams, and that's very exciting for me, and I'm very honored to be here and having been asked. If I could at this time have the 2011 officers and directors please come to the podium and join me here before the podium. I don't have your names. You've been summoned. Give us a line up here at the front of the table and turn it once towards me.
Andy, Jim wanted you to do this.
Steve gets his treatment a lot. I know that you have thoughtfully considered the importance of the position in which you have been elected. 2011 will be a challenging and rewarding year for you. With these thoughts in mind, would you please raise your right hand? Do you solemnly promise to uphold the Constitution and bylaws of the Greater Owensboro Realtor Association, the Kentucky Association of Realtors, and the National Association of Realtors, to observe and enforce the Realtor Code of Ethics, and to be governed by the principles of honesty and justice in carrying out your duties, and to administer the responsibilities of your office to the best of your ability? If you so subscribe, please answer by saying, I do. I do. You may lower your hand. By virtue of the authority conferred upon me, I proclaim you duly and officially installed as the officers and directors of the Greater Owensboro Realtor Association. May I offer you my heartfelt gratitude, congratulations, and best wishes. If you'll turn and face the group, ladies and gentlemen, your 2011 leadership for the Greater Owensboro Realtor Association. Who would like to speak first? This is the fun one. I was joking with Jerry when I came in. Jim, when I came in about the fact that I probably couldn't pay this many folks to show up for an event like this for me, which I think is a very good sign of leadership. We talk about a good sign of leadership is to turn around and look behind you and see if anyone's following. And thank you all for following Jim here today. And I know Joe, his broker, is awfully happy about that too. Jim, I got to get that down. Jim's not your average Joe. Sorry. Jim, it's that time, buddy. You ready to do this? Okay. You'll stand up here. I'm going to say this to you while you're standing, so no one miss you. Jim, as you stand on the threshold of a new year for your association, you've been elected 2011 president of the Greater Owensboro Realtor Association. By your fellow members to help guide and organize to new levels of service. This vote of confidence in your ability and your dedication is also a vote of thanks, gratitude for your willingness to commit great amounts of time and energy. I do this all the time. Energy for the benefit of all members. Leadership's not an easy task. Often the demands placed on you will take you away from your own personal pursuits. In addition to your local work as an officer, you will be called upon to use your leadership abilities to the state and national levels of the Realtor Association. Just as you will be generous with your time, so too will the members prestige of the office also comes a great responsibility to represent all interests in your membership and to provide the leadership you offer yourself as a servant for your colleagues as well as your associates. If you are prepared for these duties, please raise your right hand. Do you sincerely promise that you will administer your office in the Greater Owensboro Realtor Association to the best of your ability and judgment, that you will act in conformity with the association's charter and bylaws, that you will uphold and support the Kentucky Association of Realtors, that your decisions and actions will be governed by the principles of honesty and justice, and that you will safeguard the best interest of the members and the public we serve. Now, if you'll say yes to all that, or I do, you're in good shape. Transfer. You do. By the authority conferred upon me as installing officer, I declare you to be officially installed as President of the Greater Association of Owensboro Realtor Association. Association members, may I present to you your 2011 President, Mr. Jim DeMaio. First and foremost, to all of my friends from KAR that came from around the state, my friend Charlotte from Emerge Owensboro, it humbles me the effort that you guys gave. Some driving 3-4 hours to get here today just to spend this day with me. Tony Clark, I want to say thank you to you. Tony has been instrumental in showing me some leadership, showing me how things work at the state level, and I'm very appreciative of that, Tony. John Burns, I've graciously enjoyed watching your leadership this year and learning from you, and I really appreciate it. I'd like to thank everyone in my office who's been extremely supportive of me in this, especially Matt Shell and Daryl Vanover, who have been picking up the slack when I'm doing stuff at KAR or with this association, and next year will hopefully continue to pick that slack up for me. Jim Estes, I'd like to thank you. He's my broker and my friend, and he's done more for me than you could possibly imagine, and I appreciate you. Well, you know, we're in a unique business. We have to cooperate extremely well with our competitors to succeed. And I can't think of another business that it's like, that does it in the same way. And it's not easy, it's very difficult, a lot of times. One thing I've learned since my involvement in KAR started, especially, is I noticed that we are a true industry. We are one unit that has to work together for the betterment of everybody. We move forward as a group instead of individuals that are just trying to get their little piece of the pie. And we have to strive for more cooperation amongst this association. The better the cooperation, the better our association will run. And that cooperation, I think, has to start with participation. I was that guy 4 or 5 years ago, walking through the office halls, complaining and griping about everything the board did or didn't do. And finally,
people like Randy Hayden and Jim Estes, Diane Brancato, Judy Lambert telling me, all right, do something about it, don't just talk about it. I started this process, and I'm glad to be here today. So I got involved, I made my opinions heard, sometimes too much and too many of my opinions were heard. If any of you have been in a committee meeting with me or in a boardroom, you know that I like to make sure that my opinions are heard. But that is what we need. We need more people to come forward, give their opinions. The more people we get involved in this association, the better it will operate, and better camaraderie will come from that. From that camaraderie is what we're going to get to have the better cooperation. John's leadership this year has been great. It's been one of the most positive years in my time working with this association on the board of directors. I think he should be applauded for that. We've taken a real I think we can build on that. I think we can continue the road that John has started this next year. The more we show the public a united front of realtors instead of individuals going after business and maybe not getting along sometimes, or talking about our competitors sometimes. The more we put that aside and show that we're a united front, we're one group, the better we'll be able to promote ourselves and shed light on how invaluable our services are to people's most important investment in their life. I believe there's a growing sentiment in our community that people don't need realtors. They can do it on their own if you're for sale by owner. I did some data in the last week or so with the help of Sandy Dowdy, T. Tommy Lopage, Landon Barrowclaw, looking at how many for sale by owners sales are out there. Numbers were not easy to come by and decipher, but what we've all agreed upon is that about 20 to 25% of all sales in this community don't involve a realtor. Now, it's not a staggering number when you look at the national numbers, but I tell you what, that's a lot of business out there. It's a lot of business, especially in a market that's not as strong as it was 4 years ago. I think we need to be doing something to promote ourselves, and promote our services, and our expertise to try and take some of that business back. I know for a fact that there are 4 affiliate members that have their house for sale right now as for sale by owners. Now, we're all competitors, we all want listings, but I'll tell you right now that I'd rather have one of you have that listing than for it be for sale by owner. We can do some things to change this. Next year's leadership and I will put together some plans to try and come after this. I think this will be a major project for us that will all take your cooperation. We'll get more into that in January, because remember, if something goes wrong between now and the end of the year, John's still in charge. So January 1, everything can be flowing with me. But we can come together and we can do some things, and we can help each other make more money. We can help each other show the public that we are extraordinarily important. So I guess my message is please get involved, participate, increase the cooperation here, and the skies will be the limit for our association next year. Thank you very much.